you ready for some breaking and life-changing updates about the new 500-pound DWP cost of living boost? Because what I'm about to share could be the most important financial news you hear before November arrives, and if you don't act on this information, you could miss out entirely. So stay tuned, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through everything you must know, what the eligibility could look like, how preparation might work, and what steps you should take right now to make sure you don't fall through the cracks. And trust me, you do not want to be the one who finds out too late. Before we dive in, make sure you are subscribed to UK Pensioner Hub, where I bring you all the latest DWP, pension, benefits, and senior-focused updates, so you never miss the support you are entitled to. The cost of living crisis hasn't eased for millions of people across the UK, especially those on low incomes, pensioners, disabled people, carers, and vulnerable households. For many, every week is becoming harder. Budgets are stretching thinner, and the price of essentials like food, transport, rent, and energy are still rising. That's why any possible new support payment becomes a huge spotlight in the nation, especially as we approach winter. The talk about a potential 500-pound cost of living boost from the DWP has created massive interest. Many people are hearing rumors, expecting announcements, and waiting for what could be a lifeline payment. But here's the problem. Most people don't fully understand what they must prepare for, what they should check, and what actions they should take before November if they want to be ready. This is why today's guide is so important. First, let's break down the context. Over the past few years, the government has issued multiple cost of living payments: £650, £900, £300, £150 disability support, £300 pensioner support, and several other targeted boosts. These payments were aimed at helping people stay afloat during economic hardship. But 2025 is approaching fast. Inflation is still hitting the highest spending categories, and many households have already used up their savings trying to keep up with essential bills. That's why another support package is being discussed and expected. The potential 500-pound boost is believed to be aimed at those who are most financially stretched. Based on previous patterns, if such a payment is announced, it would likely target groups such as pensioners on a low income, people receiving means-tested benefits, and possibly disabled people who face higher living costs. But here's the key issue. There is always confusion about who gets paid automatically and who needs to take action. And missing out often happens not because someone is ineligible, but because they didn't update their details, didn't file something in time, didn't check their status, or weren't aware of a requirement. That is why preparation now, before November, is absolutely essential. Let's start with the first major step: checking your benefit eligibility today. If you are a pensioner, one of the most important things you must verify is whether you qualify for pension credit. Pension credit is the gateway to many additional benefits. Even if you think you don't qualify, even if you believe you have too much in savings, even if you think your income might be slightly above the threshold, you should still check. Every year, thousands of pensioners miss out because they assume they are not entitled, but many actually are. Pension credit also acts as a passport benefit, meaning that once you receive it, you automatically qualify for many other boosts and one-off payments. So if a 500-pound payment were announced, pension credit would most likely be one of the key qualifying benefits. Next, make sure your Universal Credit, ESA, JSA, or income support claim is active and up to date if you are receiving any of these. Many people lose eligibility because of a missed journal message, a missed review appointment, or an overdue update regarding income, housing, or circumstances. Before November, log into your account, check your notifications, respond to anything pending, and make sure there are no disruptions that could affect your payments. The same goes for housing benefit and child tax credit if you are still on the legacy system. Now let's move on to the second major step: ensuring your bank details are correct. This may sound basic, but every year thousands of cost of living payments fail because the bank account has changed, the details are outdated, or a recent switch wasn't fully processed. The DWP will attempt to send payments to the last known active account. If it fails, they will try again, but the process becomes slower and more complicated. Before November, you should log into your online benefit account or call if necessary and confirm your details. If you are a pensioner, check your state pension and pension credit letters. A simple bank detail update could be the difference between getting your payment on time and waiting for weeks. Another essential step is making sure you have submitted all required evidence. For example, If you have recently reported a disability or change in medical circumstances, ensure that you've sent any medical evidence the DWP requested for people applying for PIP. Delays often occur because documents are missing. If a future support payment includes disabled people, your eligibility could depend on your claim being active and confirmed. Now, let's talk about residency and your address. With recent changes in the system, some benefits require confirmation of address or identification. If you have recently moved and not updated your information, now is the time. Not updating your address can lead to suspensions of certain benefits or delays in receiving official letters. The next major point is understanding the timing. Whenever the government prepares a new payment announcement, they typically release details several weeks before rollout. That's why preparation before November is critical. November is often the month when cold weather payments, winter fuel payments, and seasonal boosts are triggered. If a new cost of living package is approved, it may follow the same pattern. But here's the important thing. No matter how future payments are structured, the most common reason people miss out is because they are not on a qualifying benefit at the time. The government takes the snapshot. Usually, there is a set date, called the qualifying date, meaning you must be receiving the relevant benefit on that exact day. If you apply later, you may become eligible for the benefit itself, but not the one-off payment. That's why acting now is crucial. Let's talk about how to prepare for winter financially. Even if the 500-pound boost goes ahead, you should still plan for energy bills, heating, and food costs. Creating a small buffer, if possible, is always wise. Contact your energy supplier and check if you're eligible for discounts or support, such as the Warm Home discount. Many pensioners miss out on this because they assume it's automatic, but in many cases you must apply. Also, check if you qualify for council tax reduction, free school meals, if you're caring for grandchildren, free dental treatment, or cost of living support from your council. Every pound saved helps when you're on a fixed or limited income. Now let's talk about common myths. A lot of people fear that they won't get future payments because they have savings, or because they work part-time, or because they receive a small private pension, but benefits like universal credit and pension credit have specific rules. You might still qualify even if you have some savings or small earnings. The key is checking, not assuming. For pensioners, one of the biggest myths is that owning a home disqualifies you from receiving pension credit. This is completely false. You can own your home and still qualify, depending on your income. Many older people miss out due to this misunderstanding. Before November, take time to gather your documents. Income letters, bank statements, benefit letters, proof of rent or mortgage, disability evidence if applicable. Having everything organized makes it easier to respond to DWP requests and prevents delays. Now let's address potential scams. Unfortunately, whenever support payments are announced or discussed, scammers start contacting people pretending to be the DWP. The government will never ask you to click a link, provide card details, or pay a fee to receive a cost of living boost. If you get a call, text, or email asking for details, ignore it. Always go directly to the official DWP website or call the official helplines. Let's also talk about backdated claims. Many people don't know this, but if you apply for pension credit and you qualify, you can have your claim backdated up to 3 months. This means you could potentially qualify for earlier payments depending on the timing. So if a qualifying date in November is announced and you apply soon, you may still be eligible. Let's now recap everything you should be doing right now before November. Check your eligibility for pension credit, universal credit, or any benefit you think you might qualify for. Update your bank details and address. Check your online benefit journal for any tasks or reviews. Prepare all supporting documents. Watch out for scams. Check your eligibility for energy and council support. Do not delay action. Any delay could result in missing the qualifying window. If a 500-pound cost of living boost is confirmed, you want to be in the strongest possible position to receive it automatically without stress or complications. Now let's go into what you should do if you believe you are entitled but do not receive a payment. In past years, the DWP has provided a dedicated page where you can report a missing cost of living payment. But for most people, missing payments happen because of technical issues rather than ineligibility. This is why keeping your account active, updated, and accurate is so important. Your financial stability during winter is a priority, and that's why staying informed is not just helpful. It's necessary. The months leading up to November are the most crucial because these are the months when the government finalizes support packages, sets qualifying dates, and publishes official guidance. And that's why being subscribed to channels like UK Pensioner Hub ensures you don't get left behind. I bring you every important update, breakdown, eligibility explanation, and payment warning the moment it's released so you can take action. As we move closer to November, I will keep you updated with any new announcements, payment confirmations, and eligibility changes. Make sure you stay tuned, stay prepared, and stay informed.